Everybody, thanks for hanging on and welcome back for another lunchtime live stream with Move 38. Today we've got our, let's see, I'll switch it to gallery view. So today we're all here. We've got the summer game design interns and Dan, our game design lead, joining. And today, in addition to, of course, at the end of the stream, we'll be raffling off another core set of blinks. But today our focus is going to be on what the summer game design interns have been working on. They're essentially sort of, what are you calling it? The thesis project? The capstone project. We need to come up with some more playful names for this project. Why?
It won't change what it is.
That's true. But yeah, I'm excited to hear about all these updates. We've got 4 summer game design interns, and so 2 of them are actually not able to join us remotely today. But I think Connor and Jacob are going to do them both justice and represent some of the cool work that was happening, which will be essentially behind the scenes. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. And also, Connor, you sent over the code for these things, and I set up a camera so I can do some overhead shots. So while you're starting this off, I'm going to get that loaded up right now, and that way I can show anything you want.
Awesome. Just to start off here, this is our thesis game. Are we good to reveal the name of it?
We should figure out how to. We got to show the logo.
Yeah. Okay, so then, yes, we are good to reveal the name of it.
Go for it.
So this is our thesis game, which is called Crownfall. It's a game that's all about tactical strategy. It's a flicking game that makes a good use of as many blinks as you want. So it is a 1v1 head-to-head, or you can also play a variant of the rules, which has teams. Essentially, this is an expansion of the idea that we pitched, was it 2 weeks ago? That essentially showed off our ability to delegate multiple different roles, different pieces that all had different unique abilities. In the 2 weeks that, since we last showed you guys this project, we've been working on refining the animations, making the UX a little bit more understandable, so that if folks want to download this game, they can just hop right into it. Oh, that's amazing, Jacob.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think Jacob, Dan, anything you guys want to say about it?
No, Jacob, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure Connor did a great job. I was really distracted setting up my background. But yeah, I think it's been cool.
We'll all use it as backgrounds. I love it.
Yeah, it's been really cool. Like thinking about now, like we started developing the game sort of as an independent idea, and now thinking about how it's going to fit into this larger body of Blinks Games offerings has been a really cool like consideration, both thematically and with mechanics. So excited to share our development on it today.
I just loaded up Crownfall, so I've got it here loaded up. Let me know however you want to walk through this, and I can also, this will be me navigating a lot of these new items for the first time.
Sure, for sure. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, whoa, half my face is gone. Okay, there we go.
We'll have slightly different aspect ratios of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start here, why don't you go ahead and switch over to the camera view, and I'll sort of give a play-by-play while we talk through this. So, are the blinks available on the YouTube stream?
I think they are live now, and I just loaded Crownfall on 4 blinks. Should I grab some more blinks?
Yeah, you're gonna need like at least 6, if not.
Yeah, you can grab actually as many as you want.
But I would definitely recommend minimum 6.
Yeah, minimum 6 for sure.
Just to demo it. Oh, he's gone. All right. Oh god.
So the reason that we're asking John to go grab so many blinks is that there are 6 unique rules per team, and so right now there are 12 different unique animations in the game, with the ability to expand that as we see fit. Right now, all of the roles except for one are fully working, fully implemented, and are really just getting ready for everyone to play test and have a good time with them. So let me see if I can focus this so I can see a little bit better. So as you can see right now, John has his big old line of blinks here. Oh wow, we're going all out.
What should we do? I think maybe 12.
Well, 12 is good.
12 would be
12 is
good.
good,
Yeah, 12 would be good.
12 is kind of the starting point. So, all right.
Look at that go.
I will say the blinks loading animation is so nice.
I don't know if you know this, but the blinks loading animation was in fact a debug animation.
Ooh.
The brightness of the face is actually just showing the progression of bytes sent. And so what you're getting is an actual 100% representation. If the animation stops, it's because transmission stopped. And wherever it was in that process, it'll be stuck there.
Oh,
John?
Can you make the blink screen the larger one for this part?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me see if I can do that. I think.
We've got some comments about it.
All right, so we're testing my Zoom.
Expertise.
Yeah, let's see. So I think in the past I found that if I pin this, it doesn't do what I want, but we'll see what we can do here. Spotlight video. That seems promising.
Well, that's working for us. The question is it going to work?
I'll know in about 20 seconds if it works for YouTube.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think it worked on YouTube.
Awesome.
My YouTube doesn't look like it yet.
Man, you got fast YouTube.
Yeah, what's going on? What are you?
Okay.
Fiber optic connection.
Oh yeah, that did work. That did work. Okay.
Now everyone knows the exact delay we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can pinpoint our locations. Alrighty.
Somehow I'm closest, which is...
Yeah. Yeah. So, Crownfall is a game that's partly about your skill and partly about your planning. So, typically, when you start a game, you want to have even teams. So, 6 and 6, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, etc. And you want to single press one of the clusters to change it into the other team.
Are you long pressing? Oh, okay.
Was that a single click?
Yeah, it's a click. Yeah.
So now we have our red team and blue team. If you triple click any of the clusters, you will be starting the game.
Triple click any of the clusters, I will start the game. Okay.
Yes. So this is where a little bit of the strategy goes into the game. So depending on where you triple click your cluster, you will be assigned different pieces.
So actually, John, for demonstration purposes, take that one and make it into a line. Like make the red team a line and make the blue team a cluster or something.
Okay.
And now triple click somewhere on each cluster to begin the game.
Ooh, cool. Oh.
So,
very different teams.
One of our biggest goals of this version of Crownfall was to make each of the pieces sort of identifiable. So even though right now, if you're looking at the YouTube live stream, you may not be able to tell precisely each animation, you can at least tell which pieces are distinct based on the rhythm of how they flash, the patterns, and the slight changes in color and saturation. So
Jacob, I was going to say, Jacob, do you want to explain, because you were most
Yeah.
recently working on the animations, explain what we're looking at on each
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. So I'll maybe as we go down like the red team, we can hold each one closer to the camera maybe just because they're a little bit
yeah,
like blurred. But yeah.
why don't you
so-
explain what each of the roles do too?
Yeah, for sure. So first up, the first role in the sequence is the king or the crown. That is like your lives. That is what is attempting to be captured by the other team. So the king animation is cool. Jonathan, if you want to take one of the kings and hold it closer to the camera, it should be, right now you'll see that it has, if the camera adjusts, there's 3 like lit faces, like the crown spokes, and then 3 team color faces, and they're pulsing kind of subtly. But if you single click it, just single click that, it'll lose one of the crown pieces and it'll start to pulse more dramatically. So the more lives it loses, the more like desperate or like more rapid the heartbeat gets until the piece dies.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow, I'm feeling it.
And then
Okay.
it's like, yeah,
And is this death or is
That's
this?
death.
that is
Okay.
death currently. It might turn more like not heartbeaty at a point.
So if you triple click right now, it'll reset it, and then just for the purposes of the demonstration, just triple click it again, and you can have your king back.
Cool.
There we go. The throne is restored.
This version of the build is a little bit different, just because there's some stuff in there that makes demonstration a little bit easier.
Yeah. So all those pieces surrounding the king on the blue team right now are knight pieces. They're like our foot soldiers. So the animation is supposed to imply like marching or stepping in order. And this one was fun. This has gone through a couple of iterations. And to be honest, what it's doing right now was kind of an accident. I was playing around with some code trying to get a different effect, but I, through like the timing variables and all the like parameters I was throwing in there, stumbled across this. And I don't know if this is going to be the final version, but I really like how it looks.
It feels like footsteps to me.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah.
The original
Yeah.
idea was to have like both sides like alternate, but this just feels a lot more like it was getting kind of too. When you like blurred your eyes and looked at the whole layout, it was sort of hard to distinguish this like those footsteps from a different animation. But this is really distinct, and I feel like I haven't seen Blinks in really any game be animated with this particular kind of pattern
I would say,
yet.
John, grab there's also a red soldier that you can grab and see that the animations are the same. It's just that one's red.
Yeah. So that's an important thing, is that we want the information of team should be more evident than information of role, so that it's really easy when you're playing the game to look over the table and understand like what's the current situation of who has the upper hand.
Yeah. I feel like this is really, I mean, it doesn't look or feel like any of the other games. I feel like it feels like, okay, this is a soldier. This has a purpose.
Yeah.
I also like when there's just kind of like, I can group a bunch of these together.
Make that go weird.
Tempted to have them all march in the same direction.
Zenflow 2?
You know what we could do? We'll have to add a piece of code that when you get your role assigned, you should also reorient your animations to match.
Oh, gravity games.
So that they all spawn. At least when they spawn, they all march in formation.
direction.
Order, yeah.
We could do that.
So next up on the red team, we have the wizard animation doing like a magical swirling fireball. So a nice little swirl, and now we've added the white face on the front. So no matter if it's the red team or the blue team, it'll still have that white.
So John, actually, it might be worthwhile to just triple click.
Reset the blue team.
Should I see it in blue as well?
Yeah, but we have to do them all separately right now.
Yeah. You'll have to triple click each blink individually. So separate them and then triple click.
Got it. Okay. Cool. And this is also good for people to see as well. Sometimes in the process of building the game, it's like, oh yeah, there's not yet a mass reset or
Right.
Mhm.
So you can, now you can
Yeah,
make
it doesn't have to be a
that.
line. It could be like a single file zigzag or something.
so just for demonstration purposes, we'll do this. And then if I triple click that one, we get the same exact roles as over here. Because they're, oh, is that true? Are these the same exact roles?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so it's not circular distance from the king
Correct.
or
No.
crown, better
It's
yet.
walking distance.
It's walking distance. Oh, fascinating. Okay. That's probably a little easier to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it so that you can do like kind of interesting like branch structures if you want to have specific numbers of specific roles.
Right. So can I do this real quickly? Will this take too much time if I do one more setup?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Are you having fun? We're gonna say no.
You've brought me into your magic circle. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. So what I wanted to try out was this. So this and this.
They're the same. Depends on which one's the king.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it'll be the same.
Those are the same.
Okay.
Those are the
Okay.
same distance.
And so this, right. And so here, these two and these two will be the same roll?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
So, yeah.
All right, cool. And it's real obvious when I load it up. Awesome, super cool. Is it okay if I leave these like this?
Yeah.
Sure.
John, I think folks want to see the close-up. Like just the tiles.
Cool. I'll switch the video to just the hands and just miss seeing your faces. Okay. Let's see. Cancel the spotlight video. Let's try this again. Spotlight video. Cool.
Oh, when I realized as we were going through the animations, I wasn't speaking to what each piece did, like functionally. I feel like I should mention that.
Oh yeah.
So the knights, on your turn, if you choose to play with your knight, I mean, we should speak to like the rules of the game, too, right?
Sure. How about I'll give a quick rundown of the rules and then you can hit the rules. Okay. So, as John previously showed off, your king piece or your crown piece has 3 health, and as you single click it, that health deteriorates until eventually you have no royalty left. So the way the game works is you are essentially trying to use your pieces and their unique abilities to flick the opposing team's king off the table. And each time you flick, or either off the table or outside of the bounds of whatever arena you set up. And each time you do that, the opposing team's king loses 1 health. And whichever team's king has health remaining in the end is the winner. And so we tried to design each of the roles so that they had some unique function that could be used to change the way that the game is played in interesting ways. And now I'll pass it over to Jacob so he can talk to you guys a little bit about those.
Yeah. So the knight piece that we just saw, that one has a really cool function when you, on its turn, you can stack it. You can put the king on top of it, sort of like when you get queened in checkers.
Then I think you have to attach it, don't you?
Is it attach or stack?
Yeah. When you flick the knight into another piece that is your own piece and you attach it, you can
right. Yeah.
then stack that piece on top of the knight.
So in this case, John, like if you were to spread these all out on the table, or just at least move them sort of apart, and it's your turn, your blue team, right? And you flick your your knight and it hits your king or something. Just, yeah. Flick
So
the knight towards something. No, something on your team.
Oh, on my team.
Yes. All right, so now this knight is protecting this jester, so you can pick up the jester and put it on top of the knight.
Got it.
So now if you go to the red team and try to hit that jester, right? Just, yeah, like that. If you try and hit it with something.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, you'd usually be flicking harder in this game. So,
Yep.
like, really go for it. Like, really try and hit it with that.
Like, here we go.
So instead, the knight has been knocked off and the jester is there. So you've sort of saved, you've protected that jester by having the knight underneath it.
Got it.
Like when you make
So-
like a stack of coins and
Yeah,
chop them
ideally,
all out really fast.
if you used your knight to protect a king, instead of somebody knocking your king off the table, they would just knock your knight away.
I see. So the gesture's here. It's attached to, but my knight was knocked away.
That's correct.
Okay, got it. So I stacked this. I did that.
There you go.
Okay. And cool. So all that momentum is going to go right into the bottom piece. And so my goal of my game here is really keeping my king on the board. I need to make sure that king's not moving.
Right.
Yeah.
That fair to say?
Yep.
Cool.
And then the wizard if you play it on its turn, at the end of the turn, it can teleport. So you don't have to leave it where you launch it. So let's say that you like launched it and you got it right to the edge of the table and you're like, oh, I don't like that at all. You could strategically pick it up and place it like near your opponent's king, so you have a good shot lined up for your next turn.
I always thought that was instead of its movement.
Oh, instead of, yeah.
So you can choose to either, on your turn, I'm going to do the wizard, you can either flick it or
set
pick it up and put it somewhere.
Oh, cool. So it's kind of like in pool or billiards when
you
you
sink
get
the white ball.
Yeah.
right. So it's like
But it's not gonna knock anything in that action. All it's gonna do is put you in a maybe advantageous position.
right. So I might want to set myself up to be real close to the king, but I don't get to take that shot yet. So
Exactly.
okay.
Or you might use it to, if your king is in danger, hop back and stand in the way. Like,
Right.
oh crap!
Pretty
Like I've
good.
left myself exposed. Like I'll just put him there, so he's in between my opponent and the king.
Got it. And so right now I'm playing on a surface that really only has one exposed edge.
Mhm.
So this might be a little bit of a weird surface to play Crownfall on. Is that right? Because it's an arena
Yeah, well,
one your fall.
we know some folks may not be entirely keen on flicking their blinks off of a table and letting them fall onto the ground. And so we think we've discussed it's absolutely fine to just say these are the bounds of the arena, and if you get knocked out, you technically fall off.
A really good use for a game mat. For
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if people want to set up like obstacles in their arena, like set a textbook down and use that as a bumper in the middle of the arena, we totally encourage that too. People can get as creative as they want with this game, because at the end of the day, it's all about how you want to structure your battlefield and all about how you want to fight.
Awesome. Super cool.
Yeah. So what's after the wizard in the order? I think is the jester, right?
Jester, yeah. So that's the blinks that are currently the two faces spinning with it should be pink or...
The pink
Yeah.
shows up kind of as white on the camera, but it's very boldly magenta on my...
And on the red one, I think you have a red one as well.
Yeah, down in the
Down.
bottom left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Jester, this animation is still probably going to see a lot more revisions to really catch like the Jester spirit. But the Jester is a fun one. When it connects to an opponent blink, then they stay connected? I just know that. And then
They stay connected.
So yeah, if it connected to a red blink, they would stay connected, and then the Jester can pretty much on its next turn take that opponent blink for a ride anywhere it wants, including directly off the table.
Oh,
So-
cool.
Yeah, but it's a one turn thing, right? I don't remember exactly what the last version of this was in the rules, but that's like every other blink. If you connect, either is separated because like you just sort of pull apart slightly like an Astro, but this one is like no, once it's connected, but then that person sort of has control of that piece for one turn.
Yeah, it's like a sticky piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Little
Okay,
twist
so
to it.
all my other pieces, when they stick together, so if I do that with the wizard, at the end of that turn, we would separate them by
Yep, just like that.
a little bit? Okay. Cool.
And the other thing is like a lot of this stuff, I know we've talked about this in like me and the interns, is like part of the development right now is not just what the different pieces do, but we've got some alternate names for some of the pieces that we're considering. Because as we like start to figure out, like playtest what is fun, we may start to add things to like the Jester that start to creep away from the theme of being a Jester. Or, you know, the wizard is like, man, this is really behaving more like X. We may end up changing its name or changing its animation, because it's sort of like the name, the animation, and what it does are three distinct things. So we have the ability, we can before we finalize the design, shuffle those around so that everything is like very clear, very obvious, like thematically consistent. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
So
the
we've
next-
seen the soldier, the wizard, the juggler.
Yeah.
No, the Jester.
Jester.
Oh, sorry, the jester.
And then next up is the one with the green face bouncing back and forth. That's the Alchemist.
Okay.
And they are carrying. It's weird.
You ever
it's-
read one?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's hard to
Um,
see on the blue on camera.
on camera. How is it on the table? Is it? Yeah, I mean.
Really obvious
Yeah,
on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. The Alchemist is carrying a little like potion bomb, and yes.
Yeah, so this is a vial of Alchemist's fire or something like that, where they can, in the end state of the game, the goal will be to pass this bomb between blinks, and so you will be able to essentially put a bomb on an opposing team's side, and they will have to pass that bomb off, or that piece will blow up.
Oh, cool. So if I'm red and I throw my alchemist here, on attach, we're going to see that potion transfer, or that bomb
Yep, exactly.
transfer to the piece it attached to. And it will, I don't know, 3 seconds after attaching, blow up that piece, meaning it has to be taken off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Does the alchemist remain on the table?
Yeah, the Alchemist will become just like a normal flickable piece at that point with no special ability.
Got it. Loses its potion. Also, somebody just asked what the game is called. So the game is called Crownfall, and you can see the really rad game artwork from Nicole in back of everybody. Actually, I'll put it up on the main screen.
Oh, right.
At the end, full screen.
Oh yeah, because we're just voices right now in the void.
That's
Right.
right. Oh yeah, I'll switch that over real quickly. Let's see.
Everybody lean to the left or right.
Let's download, show in Finder. Ah, perfect. Okay. Is there a verb for, do we call this zooming? Extreme zooming?
Zooming. Yeah, I would suppose. Yeah.
Let's see, I'm gonna share. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
That worked pretty well.
That looks so much better as not a virtual background.
That's just beautiful. Yeah, super cool. Oh, cool. I see what everybody else is seeing too. So Crown Fall's the name of the game. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close that. Okay, cool. We're back to the table. So we've gone through the soldier, the wizard, the jester, the alchemist.
Yes.
And then I've got one more here.
Yes. So the final piece for now is the queen, and has the crown. Yeah. And the queen, is it okay? I'm not gonna take a shot in the dark. Yeah.
I can take this one.
Yeah.
So the queen with her twinkling tiara, her ability, much like in chess, is one of the strongest abilities. So what the queen can do is she can become an unmovable object. So what the queen can do is you can flick her on your turn, and then after you flick her, you can decide, okay, this queen is going to be immobile for your next turn, for the opponent's next turn. And so exactly, you essentially get to hold the queen in place, and your opponent cannot do anything to move her. So this makes for some very interesting gameplay where you can, with careful planning, you can kind of trap your opponent. You can kind of box them out, because not only are you preventing them from moving that piece, but on the next turn, you get to move that piece if you want to again. And so you can essentially force your opponent to move onto the defensive in just one single attack. A lot of our pieces are kind of offensive themed, and so having something that sort of forces them to backpedal a little bit is something that we thought was incredibly powerful. And so, yeah.
So in this case, do you imagine, because I could also see using my queen to protect my king, almost like castling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm starting to, and you could technically, so like if I've got my set of 12 blinks and you've got your set of 12 blinks, and we've got like the table I'm sitting at, you could go, okay, I'm going to go with a super defensive strategy. I'm going to have 6 queens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And be able to build a wall that just is immobile.
Well, you can only hold one a turn.
Yeah.
You can only hold one a turn.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't get to move every single one of your pieces, unfortunately. You do have to choose like one piece to move each turn.
Got it. And is the turn, when you say you hold it immobile for a turn, because I'm holding it immobile on your flick? Does that mean, so let's say I shoot, and then it's your turn as a queen, and you say, I'm going to hold this one still?
Well, with the queen, you can flick it and then hold it.
Flick it, then hold it, and now it's blue's turn again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. While you hold it.
Got it. So the holding in place is for one responsive
one
action after.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm learning here.
No, absolutely. We wanted to create a game that sort of had a little bit of complex strategy to it. And so, you know, with any complex strategy game, you're not going to be able to just pick it up and already have it mastered. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this is actually, you know, there's a lot of the games on Blinks are really quick to pick up, and you can play in 5, 10, 15 minutes. Some of the games are a little slower, like Paintbrush. I think the last time I played was probably 45 minutes. But I feel like it's a I'm curious to hear from people watching as well. I feel like a lot of people have been asking for games that they can get into that are deeper strategy. And one of the questions on here that I see is what the beginning setup is. So is there a way, do we all start on the back lines? Do we start in a formation? Do we all start? Yeah. How do we start out?
So we're still sort of discussing the finalized versions of the game, but I think right now the understanding is once you set up your cluster, you will have like a section of the arena, which is going to be basically your territory. And within that territory, you can position your pieces however you'd like.
Awesome. Let's see. Just checking the questions. Timing-wise, first of all, I feel like this has come so far since our last check-in, and like it's super cool to see all the like the animations and the rules. How's like what's the part that's most that you're having the most fun with, or like that you're most excited about with it?
I've been having fun making up the animations and playing, like trying out different techniques, and it's cool with each iteration, like getting the code more and more polished by both like having learned more about how to program efficiently for blinks and seeing other example code and stuff, like taking something that the wizard animation, for example, used to be like 8 lines of just like so many variables and plugging and switching stuff out, and now it's like 2 lines of code and it does more than it used to. So that's been like a really fun thing to figure out. Or like, of course, the accidental things like the night animation that is really I'm happy with. So
that's awesome.
I think it's good to like have that play, like being able to link like the playfulness and the programming together to like make discoveries that way, as well as like with playtesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think as you're all working on kind of like the starting sequence, or the way that like I feel like it's also a cool place to be. I think about like a scrum and like food in what's rugby. Thank you. Or just like there's so many possible ways, and surely this game will ship with like, here's the way to start, but I'm sure people will be like, you know what, I like starting out this way. So in the sake of time, because first of all, this has been like, I feel like we could dive in for like another 45 minutes on this alone, but we'll come back to it next week or the following week. I wanted to give a moment here. So Jacob has, because the summer internship is not a full-time position, everybody is, of course, working on other things. And Jacob's been working on something that when he started the internship, shared as a passion project. And I'm just going to, for a moment, before we, for a few minutes, give you an opportunity to tell everybody what you've been working on. I think it's just really so clever, and it's up on Kickstarter now. So I'm going to actually put the link in here in the comments and direct you to check it out, because I'm a backer. I think it's just such a wonderful project, and it's something that you can do at home if you have access to a 3D printer, or know somebody with a 3D printer. It's perfect for them. So Jacob, tell us what you made.
Yeah, I want to actually bring him into the frame, so I'm going to just grab him really quick, which is a super great way to start a pitch, but hold on one second.
Well, Jacob,
John, since you've unpinned, can you unpin the big one from our meeting? It's different on YouTube versus us.
Yes. So I will get rid of.
Oh, you've already got folks in here, Jacob, that are already backers.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Oh, thank you, Jonas. Hello. Yeah, so this is a project I've been working on called Marvelous Adventures. It's a series of 3D printed mechanical marble runs, like the old school, like Tomy Screwball Scramble or Snafu. I love all those vintage mechanical marble games, and I'm like, why aren't there more of them? We have all this amazing tech out here nowadays to make really cool stuff. There should be more marble runs in our lives. So this is one of them. There's a total of 3, and I can maybe screen share, or we could screen share the Kickstarter as well. Am I on here? Yes.
I'll load up the Kickstarter page.
Yeah. So they're all entirely 3D printed. They use 3/8 inch like metal ball bearings. And I can just give a little run through of this one. This is the Temple Adventure. So we turn this gear down here to lift up this like calendar wheel lift. It's inspired by like Aztec calendars. Yeah, this is it over here. The support has just been awesome the whole time. And then I don't know what's on screen right now, if it's the screen share or the
I think we're on the Kickstarter page.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. So yeah, we have the 3 runs. We have a Temple Adventure, a Manor von Marble, and the Robo Revolution. And yeah, they've all been designed in Fusion 360. They're all designed to print entirely without supports. And what's been cool is that I have some pretty large 3D printers at home, which is really nice for making really like fun, huge stuff. But I know that not everyone has like enormous printers at their disposal. So even if you have a small desktop printer, these are all the components for these marble runs are designed to fit within a 4.5 inch cubic footprint, which is, I know that there's like a very popular smaller 3D printer that fits in that footprint. So hopefully most anyone could download and print all of these parts without any issues. This one is especially, I'm really happy with how the robot turned out. This central mechanism on it, I could bring it over in a moment. The chest piece has those 3 like distinct portions, and the 2 portions on the outside rotate as you move that golden gear in and out of the robot.
Oh, wow.
But there's 3 distinct like path profiles built into one marble run. So that's like, I was trying to, with each one, come up with really unique mechanisms so that they're all super, worth playing around with and printing out.
This is just so awesome, Jacob. Like the detail, the attention to detail, the craftsmanship, like the consideration and deep thought around making it accessible for the size of your 3D printer, not needing supports, which is arguably one of the most difficult things for most people 3D printing is getting the successful print.
Yeah, the cleanup can be so annoying, and I don't want, post-processing to get in the way of having a successful marble run. So
I love it. I just love it.
I could show you sort of the inside, the teardown of it. So yeah, we're lifting around, and then there's these, for this temple run, there's all these tiles that sort of shift the ball. I don't know how well.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Shift the ball across the playfield, and then back down to the bottom to start again. And what's also cool, in addition to no supports, there's also no like gluing or hardware needed. It's all just gravity or pressure fit. So I can lift off the entire top portion. You can see inside there's just these levers and these lifting pieces that all move when you push down these buttons. So hopefully very easy to print, hopefully very easy to assemble. And yeah, you can grab the files for the next 24 hours up on Kickstarter, and then hopefully I'll get them hosted somewhere in the future.
Just awesome. Definitely check it out. If you're watching this live stream, definitely check it out. I'm going to put the link. Let's see. Just had it open. So and grab it right now.
I'll tease another marble project maybe, because this is what I like to do, is just make marble toys. I've been working on these little blocks I call them trochees, and whichever way you drop the marble in, they redirect the other way. And I'm coming up with lots of different different kinds of blocks that fit in this building system. My room is just covered with them. But hopefully I'll have files for that to release soon or something to do with that in the future. So lots of marble toys in the works.
Oh, whoops. There we go. Perfect. And I'm just putting, there we go. That's the one I wanted. Cool. So the link's there. Definitely check it out. Yeah, Jacob, thanks for sharing with everybody. And
yeah, thanks for giving me the spokesman time.
Of course. And so before we wrap, I'm just going to bring up the raffle. So I'm going to need everybody's help for some drum roll on this. I think we've smoothed out our raffle process. I'm going to open up our Google Sheet. Let's see. Was open. Here we go. Cool. And a little shout out to some new faces on here. We see Jordan Case, Fernando La Palma, C. Dillon, Variant Barry. Lots of new entries, so keep sharing. You know, of course, you can keep entering each week. And so I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice on Google here. And Google random number generator. Oh, that's right. I even put a link to it in the spreadsheet. Okay. So setting the maximum and generate. The number is 32, and that goes to...
Oh, we got a drum roll.
C. Dillon M.H. C. Dillon M.H.
Yes!
Awesome. Congratulations. You are the Blinks core set winner for this week. And you've shared it with friends already, so that increased your chances. It worked out in your favor. If you participated in the past few weeks, keep on sharing. We're so excited. We've been shipping out the core set raffle awards, and everybody's been having such a great time. So, of course, if you haven't yet, subscribe down below. Make sure you check the bell, and what do? You slam the like.
So
smash that like button.
I think you smash the, you know,
smash that like button and ring the bell to get notifications when we post.
That bell, I think what it is.
That's right.
I have no idea.
Smash that like, ring that bell, and join us next Thursday for some more live stream fun. So,
Awesome.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.
How do we know if it's stopped?
We don't. We're live forever.